for these policymakers in the United States, they know how dependent Israel is on the countries that are locating in that region. And do they really consider just forcing Netanyahu to understand the reality of Israel today?
Oh, no, they can't. You can't force Netanyahu's running the show. He owns the U.S. Congress. He's all about protecting himself and his legacy. He could give two hangs what U.S. interests are in the region. He's going to do what he can to, but first protect himself and then maybe protect Israel. But already he's in the process of wanting to sacrifice Israel for his own political ambitions. And it's not inconsequential. We should not discount the importance of this visible split between the military and the politicians. Because the military still, they got the guns. And they're acknowledging that their soldiers are running into mental suffering that they're not able to cope with. One of the things that, a lot of people that, with respect to the Holocaust in World War II, when the Nazi, the Einsatzgruppen went in following the initial invasion and were rounding up Jews and marching them off the pits like they did in September of 41 in Babi Yar, where, tens of thousands of Jews were shot and killed. What the German army discovered was that the Wehrmacht, that these soldiers were mentally damaged, injured by it. Yeah, there were some soldiers who could shoot a kid, shoot a woman, a young woman, pretty young woman, no problem. They were sadists. But a large number of the German soldiers actually reportedly still had an ember of humanity burning in their souls. And they were haunted by what they did. Several came back, committed suicide, several suffered mental breakdowns. And so the German officer corps, that's what led them to say, hey, we got to find a different, we can't keep doing this. And that's why they came up with using gas. And ultimately, Zyklon B is a quick way to kill a large number of Jews. But because they wanted to get their soldiers out of the personal job of destroying the lives of these civilians. Well, that's what Israeli soldiers have been doing in Gaza and in the West Bank. And it's inflicting a psychological toll on the Israelis. And they got a growing number of, let's call them mentally wounded, that are inhabiting hospitals and capable of continuing to serve militarily, even though physically they're fine. So this inhuman treatment of the Palestinians still finds that there are still some Israeli soldiers with a soul and with a conscience, and that at the end may be the saving grace for the Palestinians.
Just to wrap up this session, we know that Netanyahu would love to leave a great legacy behind when he's leaving the office in Israel. But in your opinion, what would be his legacy for Israel?
He's a murderous butcher. That he's the man that brought Israel to an end. He's the man that destroyed Israel's ability to continue as an independent nation. I think that's very much a likely legacy for him.